Right now, a manhunt underway after a woman is gunned down in the drive-thru.
It's a senseless act of violence. This person is incredibly dangerous.
Tonight, the shocking crime rocking a South St. Louis neighborhood.
Oh, it's scary, actually.
While cooler air is pushing in now, there's no bitter cold in sight. We are tracking a weekend system that may dampen some of our Valentine's plans.
Gone in a snap.
So I'm like, do I go hungry for the month of February?
Hackers steal from food stamp recipients in the Metro East. Tonight, the steps to protect your benefits.
5 on your side, breaking news now.
One person is dead after a fire at an abandoned building north of downtown St. Louis. This is 5 on your side at 10. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Kelly Jackson. Tonight, the St. Louis Regional Bomb and Arson Unit is investigating. The fire broke out less than 3 hours ago at the old Greyhound bus terminal that's located at the corner of 13th at Cass.
We are aware that there are members of the unhoused community that sometimes use this building, and just inside there were the setups, if you will, of where individuals might have been living, and that's where the individual was located, pronounced deceased on the scene.
The fire is out now. No other injuries have been reported.
We're also following breaking news out of Tucson, Arizona. A man has been detained by police for questioning in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie, the mother of Today Show co-host Savannah Guthrie. This comes just hours after the FBI released new video and photos showing a masked man at the front door of Nancy Guthrie's home on the night she disappeared. It's not clear if this is the same person being detained at this hour.
Right now, a massive manhunt is stretching into the night as police search for a killer who opened fire in a busy Starbucks drive-thru in South St. Louis.
A young woman was shot and killed in a car on South Grand just feet away from Tower Grove Park. 5 on your side's Brent Solomon is live outside that Starbucks location, which had to close for the day.
Well, the neighborhood remains on high alert tonight. That manhunt now going into the 12th hour. The person police are looking for is considered armed and dangerous. He was wearing something that certainly makes him stand out. A typical Tuesday morning on South Grand until the sound of gunfire echoed through the drive-thru at this Starbucks around 10 a.m. Police say a woman in her mid-20s was sitting in her car when she was targeted.
Horrific.
The victim rushed to a nearby hospital where she died as the busy corridor between Shaw and Tower Grove East turned into a massive crime scene. Police released these surveillance images showing a man walking along Sydney Street. His face isn't clear, but his clothing stands out.
We have a really good description of him. Obviously, there are not, every day you see somebody wearing that lime green vest along with a hard helmet. He's obviously armed with a firearm.
He just looks like one of the workers working on the, oh my goodness, the roads.
Carol Smith was shopping across the street when she learned of the chaos. For a neighborhood known for its foot traffic, the midday violence is a shift from the norm.
It's quite shocking. That's unheard of. Now it's scary, actually.
Throughout the day, SWAT, the ATF, and K-9 units combing through Tower Grove East. Drones hovered over backyards while officers went door to door. It's still not clear if the gunman was inside the victim's car or if this was a random act, but witnesses saw him walk away from the scene and vanish into the neighborhood.
It's a senseless act of violence. This person is incredibly dangerous. He has no regard for human life, and we need him in custody now.
The Starbucks remained closed Tuesday and will stay closed Wednesday. Per a spokesperson who also told 5 on your side, no employees were physically hurt. But the community is left shaken as the search continues into the night. And right now, police are looking through surveillance images captured from cameras from nearby homes in this area. I would like to point out, since we've been out here all day long, we have noticed other people wearing those vests and hard hats, so it might be hard to pinpoint exactly who this guy is. But if you know anything about this case, or if you know who that guy is, police say don't approach him, but call Crime Stoppers at 866-371-TIPS. Live in South City, Brent Solomon, 5 on your side.
Within the last few hours, people in Troy, Illinois came out in droves over a proposed hyperscale data center. Police say those plans have led to the arrest of a man accused of making threats against public officials. 5 on your side's Laura Barcheski was there for tonight's heated meeting.
Hundreds of Troy, Illinois residents packed Triad High School to learn more about a proposed hyperscale data center, and per usual, developers and officials were met with strong criticism.
How dare you bring this into our neighborhoods? We are a farming community and we will stay a farming community.
The developer, Cloverleaf Infrastructure, wants to build a 500-megawatt facility. Jeff Lake with Cloverleaf says the city of Troy requires a closed-loop cooling system requiring about 1 million gallons of water, which means there won't be a constant flow of water into the facility to cool the servers.
It's very much like your home air conditioning system or your radiator in your car. It's the same sort of principles of how these things are cooled. So fill the system up one time with water.
The proposed location for this data center campus is just off Highway 40 along Collinsville Road in these farm fields behind me. But an interesting part about the blueprint for this data center campus is that it could entirely surround Bethel Baptist Church.
It's all based upon location of energy. There's a substation a little bit south of along the east side of Formosa Road called the Jarvis substation, and that was our target substation.
Neighbors in the Fawn Meadows subdivision are extremely concerned about noise control and stormwater issues.
We already have a water abatement issue in our neighborhood. Slapping down 300 acres of concrete is going to make that a little more challenging.
One of the proposed site plans has several stormwater detention ponds. The City of Troy engineer says that will be part of the permit.
They have to be placed at the outfall locations, and they're designed to hold back the 100-year storm and discharge at the pre-development rate.
Reporting in Troy, Laura Barcheski, 5 on your side.
The developer says the owners of the data center will pay for all of the energy infrastructure needed. No plans have been finalized. Tomorrow night, the city of St. Louis Planning and Urban Design Agency will share its report on data center regulations. A public hearing will be held at 1520 Market Street downtown. It starts at 5:30.
Tonight, a Belleville woman is furious because she says her federally funded SNAP benefits were hacked. 5 on your side's Robert Townsend is looking into her claims, as well as what the state is now saying about all this. Robert?
Mike and Kelly, the Metro East woman insists somehow a hacker got hold of her supplemental nutrition assistance card, illegally spent her benefits, and left her life in limbo this month. For the past 23 years, a single Gloria Beckman has relied on her disability check and SNAP benefits from the Illinois Department of Human Services to survive.
I got a divorce. I started working and I got a job. And I put something in the system, but it still wasn't enough. I depend on the IDHS.
Beckman says last week she went to her favorite Aldi supermarket, stocked up on groceries, only to get to the register.
And I never got declined before. So that was a totally shock to me.
She couldn't buy anything because her $252 in benefits were gone in a snap.
I got kind of nervous. I got kind of upset.
A phone call to the welfare office in East St. Louis only fueled her frustration.
And she didn't look nothing up in the system. She just flatly came out and said, your card been hacked. Over 100 people besides you been hacked. I'm like, oh my Lord. She didn't say where, and I didn't ask where.
But in a statement, Rachel Otwell, a spokesperson for IDHS, says they are not aware of a system hack. Otwell tells 5 on your side EBT theft, usually done through card skimmers at individual stores, is currently a nationwide problem, and we're working with local and federal law enforcement to get ahead of card skimmers.
I asked her, I said, will we be reimbursed for this, sir?
IDHS says no. It advises Beckman and other SNAP recipients who believe they were victimized to turn to food pantries, soup kitchens, or the state office's website for more emergency resources.
I think the state should reimburse the people because it wasn't my fault. Somebody should be accountable for it.
Beckman ordered a new card. Illinois Department of Human Services also encourages customers to protect their benefits by changing their PIN every month. You can find much more tips under the As Seen on TV section on KSDK.com.
Tonight, the East Alton Ice Arena was back open less than 24 hours after several hockey players got sick. According to rink management, the players began complaining of headaches and other symptoms. The carbon monoxide alarm did not go off. However, air quality testing today detected elevated levels. Officials say the problem has been fixed and they have installed a CO meter in public view to calm any concerns from the public. Rising grocery prices driving a growing need.
How much money you make does not determine how food secure you are.
Tonight, the St. Louis group offering relief through saving.
It's good food, good food. It would be thrown away.
And sharing.
While there is more weather-like Tuesdays ahead, gotta wait about a week before it arrives. The weekend system, the track of that's not especially favorable for heavy rain here. We'll show you why.
Grocery prices are as high as they've ever been, up more than 28% since 2020, and now a local group is stepping in to help.
They're offering free groceries across the city. Tonight in her Making Ends Meet report, Michelle Lee explains it's not a handout.
Well, it seems like all we talk about these days is what's wrong at the grocery store. But in this story, we are talking real solutions. I'm going to tell you about a growing secret on ways that you can get groceries from some of the most popular and even expensive stores. And this could change the way you shop for your family.
Are we ready to give out call the numbers?
This is not a food pantry.
First round, 1 bag.
This might be a food revolution.
5! Everybody with 5, line up.
It's known as the All Hands on Deck STL Food Share.
Good morning. One for you.
It operates 6 days a week at different locations, both in and out of the elements.
We in like Flynn now. I like the crowd because you get a lot of positive energy.
It welcomes all walks of life and all levels of privilege.
Everybody needs food.
I got some cheddar curds. It's good food, good food. It would be thrown away.
And making it about fighting food waste is also a way to connect more people.
I see you at Tiggs and other places.
The food share is run by Amir Tibbs, who works as a city food inspector by day.
25% of food in America is wasted. The food that we cook, the food that we purchase, everybody knows that we're wasting food. Having the opportunity to rescue food and to give it out to the community, it just helps complete that circle.
From meat to flowers to sweets and fresh produce, fruit from more than 10 area stores in abundance. Some you'll even recognize from more expensive big box stores. It's all doable under the federal Good Samaritan Act, which allows stores to donate in good faith to nonprofits. They just don't typically advertise it.
We're same day. The food that you saw go out on the share tables was picked up this morning.
You can come through one time, you pick one thing off of each table. Then if it's anything left, you get back in line and come through again till everything is gone.
This is so much different than just a pantry where you pick up a box and we say, oh, pop your trunk, we're going to give you some peanut butter. Yet your children might be allergic to peanut butter, to peanuts. At the share, you can go through the line and you pick what you want and you leave the rest to share with the rest of the community.
From church groups to seniors and families, anyone is encouraged to come because wages are simply not keeping up with inflation.
How much money you make does not determine how food secure you are. You may have costly medicines, daycare. There's so many other costs, especially these days.
These pantries are going to save our life one day.
A real solution when all else fails.
Look at all the good stuff.
Coming together where common sense and community meet. Michelle Lee, 5 on your side.
The group All Hands on Deck STL hosts shares every day except Tuesdays, and we have their monthly calendar posted under the As Seen on TV section on KSDK.com. And follow Michelle for her Michelle on the Money stories every morning on Today in St. Louis, starting at 4:30 and on the 5 on your side streaming app.
Tomorrow night at 10, we're taking you back to back to Franklin County, a farm where an abandoned landfill is threatening nearby land and water. Last summer, we told you about a St. Clair farmer fighting to get the site cleaned up before more chemicals leaked onto his property in the Merrimack River. Now there's a glimmer of hope.
This site is a perfect storm of everything that can possibly go wrong with the landfill is going wrong.
A former Department of Natural Resources inspector says the site may be among the worst in the region. Tomorrow night at 10, 5 on your side's Tracy Henson looks into the federal funding that may finally lead to a cleanup.
Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell's here with the weather impact forecast, and today's glorious weather makes you think of Spring.
Spring got 38 days, but I tell you what, we'll get another little taste of our faux spring next week. Faux spring, because you know it's still February. March can still throw some curveballs at us too. Looking out at Lambert, the planes for tomorrow morning already there at Terminal 2, so your morning flights should be in good shape, and there's no real big weather around here. It's going to slow things up. The next few days, temperatures in the upper 40s, around 50, more typical than what we saw today. We topped out today at 66. Next week, though, we're back well above average as we head towards the middle of the week. 43 right now, getting close to our morning low of 42, which that's not far from the average high of 44. 66, though, was our high today. We're still clear right now. A few clouds will drift in from time to time. With that front farther to our south, that's where the focus for all the rain ended up going today. So overnight tonight, more seasonable. Temperatures dropping back into the 20s to around 30 degrees. And really, as we look ahead for the next few days, the cooler air is in the process of arriving now. There are minimal rain chances into Friday. Say minimal because it doesn't look like most of us will see anything outside of a few sprinkles maybe south of St. Louis. And then the weekend rain chances, they're still there, but they're more focused farther south of St. Louis than they are in the metro area as it looks right now. Tomorrow, we don't have to worry about that. Should be a bright day. If you're working outside, temperatures going back to near 50 in the afternoon. This is really what we're focused on. When we look to the west, a lot of active weather showing up here on the Pacific. That one system pushing onshore now in San Francisco, and the weather systems are just lining up out here in the Pacific. But they'll do what this system today is doing, mainly stay to our south. We look at Saturday, which is Valentine's Day. This is the European model. It's pretty much been the most accurate, and it has most of the rain well to our south. Now, do we think it'll all stay to our south? It's probably too far south. So plan on at least a few showers around in St. Louis, but it's rain showers as we're around 53 for the high on Saturday. And then we go into Sunday, that all scoots off. There's our warming trend that starts going into next week. We're talking temperatures again back into the mid 60s. Approaching 70 perhaps by next Wednesday, not out of the question. And then by the end of next week, another system will try to cool us down and bring us another chance for rain. You know, we are still abnormally dry with drought conditions across much of the area. And when we're in that situation, it's hard to get a lot of rain. And that's the way it looks like this Saturday system will be.
All right, Scott, thanks. Frank is next with sports.
Mike, we have it all tonight. USA hockey, Illinois basketball, and some really cool new uniforms for City SC. We'll be right back.
And more Olympic action from Milan is coming up at 10:35 on 5 on Your Side. You can catch women's luge, moguls, and men's cross-country skiing.
Illinois and Brad Underwood were part of one of the games of the year hosting Wisconsin. I'm sure there have been better freshmen over the years than Keaton Wagler, but I haven't seen many. He was absolutely insane. Again, step back three. Bang. Wisconsin would not go away. Austin Rapp with a three. We went to overtime, tied at 81. Wagler would not cool down. He ended with 34, but his last second shot would not fall. Illinois falls 92-90 in overtime. Lindenwood men's hockey is having their best season in their program's history. This weekend, the Lions have a 2-game homestand against Alaska Anchorage to end the regular season. Lindenwood is soaking in this record-breaking year.
Have fun, be positive is the main thing, and it really does go a long way when things aren't going your way, and you can change the tide by just being positive and thinking about the positives throughout the game.
You know, now's the time to take a next step, and I give the old staff a lot of credit for doing a great job recruiting and bringing a lot of great players for us to work with here this year, and I give the players credit for buying into what we're teaching as coaches.
Check out the new City SC road uniforms. They're calling it the Tina Turner Kit. They honor the legendary St. Louis singer with shimmers of gold, echoing the movement of her glamorous attire.
So in 2023, Adidas came to us and said, you know, what do you guys think? And obviously St. Louis has a very long list of artists, but nobody more iconic than Tina Turner. So we thought, what a great opportunity to showcase a female artist and a collaboration with St. Louis City SC.
Have you ever heard of handball? It's a niche sport with a die-hard following. And as our Zach Parnes found out, It's making a new home in St. Louis.
Welcome to the new command center for USA Handball, Maplewood, Missouri, site of the 2026 World Handball Players' newest pro stop. But what is handball?
It's racquetball with your hands.
We claim it's the oldest game played with the ball. It traces back to like ancient Egypt, and the cool thing about handball is really the community. It's like if you get a part of it, it's really like a family.
And the game isn't just for athletes in their prime.
We got players here from 12 to 86-year-old in the tournament. So you can have lawyers playing convicts. Like a lot of that people are in the game in prison, but then there's also, lawyers and doctors who play. So we are all sorts of different type of people.
And now those people have a designated home base in the Lou. The U.S. National Handball Center is the result of hundreds of volunteer hours and provides a new hotbed for the game to grow.
St. Louis, our community, we've gone through a lot. We lost our old facility. We were able to regroup, purchase this place, and build this out. So it's going to be really neat for the St. Louis community, as well as all the handball players in the country.
It's really been unbelievable to see the community step up and make this place happen.
With handball putting roots down in St. Louis, getting in on the action has never been easier. The center is hosting competition constantly, including free youth clinics upcoming in March. Zach Parnes, 5 on your side.
And the Handball Center is hosting the U.S. Collegiate Nationals later this month, including players from Missouri State.
Those are well attended.
Yeah, they are.
Frank, thanks.
Love on the Rocks, the Valentine's Day business boom caused by shattered hearts and shattering glass. Emo's has the heart beyond compare for Valentine's Day. Heart-shaped pizzas are available now through Sunday. Emo says you can spice things up with its new Hot Honey heart-shaped pizza. Valentine's Day is good business for restaurants, florists, and jewelry stores.
And now you can add auto glass repair shops to that list. A shop owner in Texas has accumulated several rocks, bricks, and even a donkey statue over the years. He says his mini heartbreak museum is a collection from customers who were victims of scorned lovers.
Valentine's Day is a moneymaker where a lot of guys do a lot of wrong and bricks come through windows. Don't cheat. It's going to cost you an arm and a leg to fix these windows.
A warning, by the way, to the heartbroken. Breaking someone's windows intentionally could lead to legal fines and even jail time, even if it's good business for them.
Not a good idea.
There you have it. 5 on your side at 10. We're always streaming on your phone and smart TV.
Start your day with Today in St. Louis. That starts at 4:30 a.m. Have a great tomorrow.